Well, hello everybody out there at Facebook land and YouTube land, wherever you might be. It's, pardon me, a blue moon. It's a blue moon. So we're just going to celebrate. With Sprite. I like that cup. I got that today. Um, and then, so I'm kind of being quiet because, as you can see, I'm outdoors. And I don't want to disturb the rest of the campers because it's pretty quiet here. So I'm just going to be kind of quiet myself for a change. And just, quietly do the podcast. It's a BDSM night. And so, of course, I have to have, my flogger, my little guy. Um, let's just put that down here. All right. Can you guys still hear me? Here's my little baby flogger. This is a good one. Like, when I start getting restless leg in the car, I just start smacking myself, doing some self-flagellation. It's good stuff, and then you can kind of, gets the restless leg to go away. So it's all good. But yeah, it's a little tiny baby flogger. It keeps the bugs off you too. So that's another thing I have it out here, because in case there was some bugs, I could get them. So, and if you have an itch that you can't or don't want to scratch, say it's a bug bite, you don't want to, get it infected or something, you just uh, smack it a few times with this thing real sharply. Works good, just like itching it. Hey, Joe, I know it's tiny, isn't it? My teeny little flogger. Well, you've seen my bigger ones. So yeah, they're impressive too. So I got a bonfire going because it is a blue moon, full moon night, and I'm got a nice bonfire, and the moon, you can't really see it, but it's up there behind the trees a little bit, and it's a dandy. And so get out. Uh, you want to put your crystals out. Here's a few of mine, little bag. Put them out, and then it'll cleanse them and recharge them, and so then you can continue to use them, uh, as you had been before. I have um, my onyx. No, it's not onyx. It is obsidian. My obsidian cone. Um, I'm starting to use it a little bit more for divining. So, because although I am into BDSM and I am madam and a dominatrix, I am also a witch and a paranormal investigator and a chiropractor, um, a mother, a daughter, all those good things. But I am no one's nana. I don't want to go there. I don't need to be anyone's nana. I'm good with it. So makes me feel younger because I'm no one's nana. I don't know. Anyway, that is a big ass camper back there. Hey Heather, how you doing? Here, we'll put Joe on. So tiny. It is a tiny little flogger. And Heather, hello. Still hoping to make it down south. I just had a couple of repairs. I had some tire issues that I'm super glad I'm getting taken care of before I hit the highway, proper. Um, did go fishing though, caught a nice trout. I'm still young. Well, thank you, Joe. I'll be 58 in October. So, yeah, Yeah, oh yeah, I'm gonna make it. I'm looking for some work down there too. Um, Chiropractic. If somebody knows a chiropractor who's gonna be on vacation, or if they're having a baby, or if they're having some upcoming surgery, or something like that. You know, put a bug in their ear. Tell them that you know, I'm available, and because I would love to get some work going down there, and just give it a go. I've never once practiced under my Alabama license, and I think by God, it's time. So yeah, but yeah, it was fun. Camping Iowa. We basically did that. We boondocked here in Iowa, and that was nice. It was pretty cool. I mean, I watched them take a big net and throw the trout in the stream, because there was 100 bonus trout, so that was cool. So I actually caught fish because there was 100 bonus ones. So, but anyway, Samuel is joining me, and these are my paper lanterns. It's hanging a little bit in the screen, but that's okay. It just makes things a little bit more festive for the blue moon night. So anyway, BDSM. I did have something I was gonna show you guys. Ah, it's over here. Excuse me though. My arm is really not good. So if there are any chiropractors out there, um, listening to the show tonight or tomorrow or whenever, God, I need you. Oh, I need to be adjusted really badly. So, but anyway, and Joe, check it out. Spreader bar. It is stainless steel, and it's about, I don't know, 3 feet long maybe. And then we put a threaded hole, at the end of it, because it was just a rod. It didn't have any holes in it or anything. But you drill down in, and then you use your tap and die and thread it, and there you go. Voila, you got a ring on it. So um, then you can hang this. You can attach them to that, with cuffs and stuff, and then you can haul it up. Oh, Bob. Okay, here, Bob. Come on, Bob. Bob wants to come sit in my lap, so I better let him. Come on, Bob. It was really funny. Come on. The neighbor across the way is named Bob. So someone's like, Bob. He's probably like, so yeah, Bob is my son. Bob is my and he's enjoying it every minute. He likes it. Bob likes being the bitch. He does take a flogging quite well, actually. Bob digs floggings. And another thing that I found, Bob likes the vacuum. Those cats run from the vacuum. Not Bob. I was sucking the fleas right up. Well, I don't know if he had fleas, but I was definitely vacuuming the excess hair off of him, and he was not really minding it a bit. So yeah, Bob's a flogging cat. Um, I used to. He'd sit on the swing and I would flog him. Yeah, boy, that's a good fire. I think I won't spontaneously combust. My chair is a little bit warm on the back, but I think it's not going to start on fire. We're good. I moved away a little bit already because, yeah, Bob thinks I'm crazy. Yeah, he probably does. He. I don't know if he, fully comprehends how really crazy I am. But I love me some Bob. He's a good boy, and just a handsome devil. So anyway, uh, Sally's running about here. We call her the scamper cat. So she's out there scampering about. She does too. She's so funny. She literally scampers. So right away we were like, oh, scamper cat. So I never did share my show. I think I should do that. And if you guys feel so inclined, then it'd be great if you could also share my show to any pages or groups that you are a member of and in good standing. Don't post the show to places that really wouldn't care to have it on. Because you never know what I might say, especially on Wednesday nights, because it's later. I can only assume the kids are all in bed, or at least hope that, that's the case. So, the little ones don't hear all the, stuff that I'd like to talk about. um, but yes, it is definitely Wednesday night, and a full moon night. So I'm kind of like, um, blending the two shows together in a way, because you know, it's a kind of a witchy night, with the full moon, the blue moon, and it just feels witchy. I don't know what else to say. Hey, Joe, I'm trying to manifest something for you. Um, I'm trying to manifest you a very nice, kinky, yet submissive girl so that you would have someone to experiment and have fun with, and they would also, have fun, and that you guys would hit it off, and you'd have someone who was your friend and playmate and sub and the whole 9 yards. So there you go. Trying to manifest that for you. So I think I don't know if we can manifest things for other people, and I know you can probably cast a spell for it, but you don't want to do that really. You just want to you know I just put it out there to the universe that that's what you needed, and so hopefully that will come along. Stay plugged in at FET and stuff, and if you get a chance, go to your local gatherings and stuff, because if somebody's new to the scene, they might just go to a munch, because then it's a public place. They'll meet people just on the up and up, and that way then um, it'll be a fun meeting, and they won't be at all sketched or anything, because girls are different than guys, and we have to look at things from a safety perspective as well. I think more so than men do, and so lunches are safe, and so you might find someone nice there, you might meet someone, and then it's sort of like scoop them right up. If they've just decided they were going to try out the scene, and they're going to check people out, and they're going to start talking to people at that and whatnot. Sometimes being the first one in line is everything. Oh, we used to, I think it was like a little competition for a while, where everybody, like if someone new stepped on the scene, uh, all the Doms were like, who's this? Checking them out, and, seeing if they wanted to address them further. But yeah, um, I think it was a little competition. So, well, I don't know if I would need to put a spell on you, but thanks for the permission. Thanks for being consensual. Don't go to the local lunch because the one girl, oh, she hates you. Oh, well, that sucks. I mean, that really sucks. Because yeah, that's a good place to meet people. But there's other gatherings and stuff too, and maybe you should host something of your own, um, and just invite people. Like, even if they're not people that you would ordinarily hang out with, um, invite them over for like a little mini play party. You don't have to really get too intense with anything, but somebody will always volunteer for something. I remember going to, uh, you know, Silver Key Fox's house for little get-togethers and stuff, and somebody'd always take a flogging, or one time we did electric play. That was fun, and just stuff like that. Oh, I'm back. Okay, good. I hope I'm not freezing up too much because the internet, it's just right over there, but sometimes you almost have to plug it in, and I'm just not going there. So, um, well, that's wrong news coaching. So people change. Oh yeah, well yeah, I get that. People do change, and I think we have to be open to that, and give people, another chance to, be um, a better person, or a little bit kinder, or a little bit less rude. I don't know. Anyway, I think being generous of spirit is one of the things um, that makes you say, well, I'll give them another shot. It first impressions aren't always correct. Um, Often they are, but not always. And use your intuition about people. If you get a feeling that something's just not right with that person, it may not be, and just kind of steer clear of them. Pardon me. I'm a bit verklempt, so let me get something to drink here. So you talk amongst yourselves while I get a drink, and then, I'll give you a topic. Okay, ready? CBT, cock and ball torture. Go. All right. So what did you guys come? What kind of conclusion did you come to with the CBT? Oh, well, there's people out there like that too, that just cannot let anything go. I have to wonder, is she a Leo? Come on, kitty. Come on, baby kitty. Anyway, um, speaking of Leos, Leo season has just ended. And, it's Leos are great people. They really are. They're very generous. They're big hearted. They're really, pardon me, kind to a fault usually, and helpful. But God forbid if you ever piss them off, because they're, yeah, they're a fire sign. And nobody can hold a grudge like a Leo. So, just FYI. Here's something that I'm working on. I thought I would share with all of you because I'm really, really, I'm digging it. It's I painted it fluorescent pink. It's a little button buck. You can see his little buttons right there. He lost his horns, and he's this little button buck. But yeah, it's super cool, and I love the color. And then what I'm gonna do is do some black. I was thinking just black marker. I was gonna paint at first, and I thought, well, geez, paint can be kind of messy and stuff, and I think I can be more precise with a Sharpie. So I think I'm just gonna do black Sharpie and pink, because pink and black are Madam's signature colors, even though my hair is purple. Imagine that. So, anyway, here back, in the good old QC, but we're just getting a little tune up, and, getting the tires on the camper and stuff. And, it's just nice to be where, everybody knows your name. Like Cheers. Everybody knows your name. Um, yes, and CBT can be very fun. I really like to do dick bondage. It is a lot of fun. it is definitely one of those things that can could bring a couple closer together. Hey, Joanne. Joanne, do you have someone that you can do dick bondage on? Because it's fun. Um, and one time I had just a little seminar, I guess you'd call it, a little class. It was just like Bondage 101, or Dom 101. Oh, that's too bad. That sucks, man. Well, Joanne, too bad you're so far away. I could introduce you to Joe. Maybe you guys could do some tie-in and have some fun. Um, anyway, he had the smallest penis ever. I mean, it was micro, tiny. Um, but he was generous enough to share it with us because it was just myself and two other women there. So, um, yeah, he was the only man. And if you're gonna show it, it's okay to show it on the fake one, but the real one's even better. Even if it's micro, it's still better. So anyway, shout out. You know who you are. I'm not gonna out you. It wouldn't be much to show anyways if I did. That's terrible. But anyway, well, see, and that's one of the things that subs usually want. They want the humiliation. I wonder why sometimes. Um, One of the things that drew me to BDSM was just trying to figure out what is it that people, why do they find this pleasurable? Why do they pursue it? Why do they find this fascinating? And I just was so curious to find out what motivates people to do some of these behaviors that I had to find out more. And so as a Dom, I can sort of engineer these situations so that, I can see what people choose to do. Because even a sub has a choice. They have safe words, they have hard limits, things like that are always honored with me at least. And I would hope every single Dom in the entire world would be honoring safe words and hard limits. So, but anyway, yeah, it's just incredible the things that people want, you know. Like one fella drove uh, an hour and a half, paid me $160 so he could massage my feet, kiss my toes, smell my socks, and leave. That was all. And I'm not 100% sure what the fascination with feet is, but because I, don't particularly share it, I don't think I want to suck anyone's toes or, anything like that. But honestly, I don't mind having my toes sucked on occasion. So there you go. I outed myself on that one. Feet guys, feet guys are awesome. They really are nice people. But yeah, I have had one foot guy kind of pursuing me for some time, and I've been a bit elusive. So we'll see if that ever comes to pass. He wants to lick my boots. I could oblige him on that one. It was a nice size, and when I married my second husband, I put my hand there, and I felt around for the rest of it. Oh no! So, so second husband not in the picture anymore, then Joanne, because I'm telling you, it's not necessarily a deal breaker if he has other skills and talents. And if he's not afraid to maybe don the strap on, because they make them where it's hollow inside, so they can put their their stuff in there, and then they can use the extended length of the of it. So, oh, he died. Oh, I'm sorry. I that's terrible, and I'm sorry to hear that, Joanne. And yeah, that's really tough. And like I said, it doesn't always matter. It depends on how he uses it, and if he's open to suggestion and things like that. So um, it's funny because you know it can be like almost an innie at times, for some of these fellas, and it's like a little turtle. It's like a little turtle hiding inside of his shell, and then he pokes his head out and says hello. Oh, I know it's silly. I don't care. That I think comes with being comfortable with yourself. Like liking yourself. Um, it comes with being comfortable with yourself that you can just laugh at silly stuff like that. you know. And so anyway, I've been contacting some of my subs here recently, since I was in town for a moment, and see what they're up to, and I did. I talked to one of them, Turtle. I did talk to one of them today. Oh, a couple of them actually today, and they're doing good. And of course, they're assisting Madam in my respite here to try and get things going. So here we go. Feeding the inner child. A lot of BDSM is feeding your inner child too. Um, when you do stuff like role play, littles, that's all they do is feed their inner child. And there's a lot of diaper wearing, certain, there's a fetish, Oh, there's a fetish, of course, um, diaper wearing babies and their mommies and daddies, and if that's what, is okay with you and everyone's a consenting adult, not an actual baby, then, it's okay. I don't kink shame. Because frankly, some people might think having my toes sucked is a little bit, borderline yucky, and I suppose it could be, but I don't judge, and I don't. Oh, that was cool. I don't judge, and I don't. I would hope that others would, you know, give me a pretty long yardstick to measure me by. So, because frankly, we're all different, and we all enjoy different things, and we're just lucky if we can find someone who also enjoys the same things. So, because it's not always easy to find that person. Um, I would recommend a site like that. It's a safe site. It's really they've done really great things with making sure it's a good solid community of people, and that nobody is you know creepy and trolling. And I mean there's some, and I encounter some on occasion, but for the most part everybody's respectful and stuff. And here, as a sub, let me give you a word of advice. When you want to talk to a dog, address them properly. Say, uh, good evening, madam. I would love to have a moment of your time to chat and ask some questions if you would be available for that. And then I can say yes or no, as I would choose to do. Um, Little lioness. She's a Leo, and so as such, she's a bit bossy. But this young dame, she wanted to learn from me, but also school me. And so I said, sure, why not? I was kind of bored, not even gonna lie. And so I allowed her to don me, over the conversation. It was funny. She's cute. She's just a little fierce lioness. I swear to God, she is. And she's really, wanting to show her claws to an older, more experienced, more wise woman. And God bless her. I humored her and I let her down me for about 5 minutes and until I was like over it and then it was like, Mistress, may I please be excused? May I please be dismissed? Because you don't want to just like drop off and not, address the situation and say, you know, have a nice evening, madam or mistress or whatever it is they like to be called. And so, just to kind of be conscious when you're approaching someone who lists themselves as a dom, that you address them as such and show a decent amount of respect to them, and until unless or until you find out that they really don't they don't deserve that. But everybody deserves a certain amount of respect, and as a human being on the planet, we all need to respect each other and give each other a little leeway and a little love, and you know uh, if and I didn't think about this before. I was always raised to put your best foot forward and be kind to strangers. And, if you have a guest in your home, you treat them better than you treat your family. And so basically, you put this face on for your guests, and you're always, kind, always generous, always, giving, always helpful, always, whatever. Well, any fool can see no one is that way all the time. And so your family gets to see the shadow side of you as well, the shadow self. And that's the self that you kind of don't really want to show to strangers because it's not the prettiest side of you. And so we save that for the ones that we love the most and we give it to them. And why do we do that? That's insanity. We should be treating them like the guest, and the guest more like, oh, here's my shadow self. Take it or leave it, bitch. So I don't know. I am looking at things a little bit differently lately. I think it was nice to have that time to be introspective. We were camping and driving around and we went to some places where we boondocked, so it was very quiet and kind of set apart from everything else. And I really needed that to kind of get back in touch with who I want to be, And so, yeah, I'm a bit, kinder now to not just strangers and guests in my place, but my significant other and the cats and everybody. So it's a process, because I think when you're young, you're very egocentric and you're all the world is only this big, and God dang mosquito out here, damn it. Um, so anyway, you're very egocentric. You're centered around yourself. But then, as you grow and you realize that, the world's a big place and there's a lot of people in it, and everyone has a story to tell, and everyone deserves the right to the pursuit of happiness. And I think it changes your perspective on how we treat people and just how we interact with others. So take a little time to be introspective and look inside you and see who you would like to be, and put that best foot forward. So anyway, because I wasn't always a dom. I was once a sub, and you wouldn't know it though now because I don't think I could switch to save my life. I think the best I can ever do. Oh, hey, Jennifer Lee, nice to see you. Um, uh, yes, and thank you for sending a link for her so she could find the show. Um, but yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. Welcome, Jennifer. That's so awesome. And so anyway, being a dom. Oh, I said the best I can muster now as far as submissive is brat. You know, like the bratty schoolgirl or something. You know, and really the only dom I really need is daddy. Um, it's so funny that I would still think that I needed that sort of I don't know scenario I guess in my life. Daddy is always like white facial hair, you know, older. He could be 2 years older than me, if as long as he has that air of authority, you know. Um, and so you know, daddy's successful, and he expects the same from me. And when I'm slacking, you know, daddy will give me a talking to, and you know, in a stern fashion, but not, you know, not terribly harsh, and then, you know, give me a hand only spanking, and then just, you know, take me to Pound Town, and, and then cuddle me just a bit, and on my way out the door, give me a pat on the butt and tell me, "You got this, honey." And that's all I really need as far as a dom, you know, just a kick in the butt to say, "Get to work. Come on. What are you doing? Procrastinating." So, because I do that, I tend to procrastinate, and I really need to stay on top of things because, you know, it could be easy to get just so far away from the real world uh, out here in the camper because that's what people do. They go camping to get away from their regular lives. Well, I've made this my regular life. So, yeah, it's tough to stay plugged in sometimes, but that's why the podcast is great. It helps me stay plugged in and current and, you know, on top of things a little bit, just slightly. I was late today, but you know, it's okay. Everybody tuned in. That's awesome. And yes, Joe, it's cool. I don't know. I think there's nothing wrong with being a nerd. Um, I'm like a stamp collecting, rock collecting, you know, coin collecting, nerdy Iowa girl. So, you know, um, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's just who you are, and being a nerd is okay. I just love that movie, Revenge of the Nerds. Have you ever seen that one, Joe? It's fucking hilarious. And they make a robot that cleans and serves them cereal and stuff like that. And they get cameras in the girls' sorority house. And so then they can get naked pictures of them. And they put that at the bottom of this whipped cream pie. And they were just selling tons of them. And the other fraternity's like, "Well, what's up with that?" And then they buy a pie. And they're like, "Give me that, nerd." And he takes it and he, you know, gets the whipped cream off of it. And he's like, "Oh, that's why they're making money." Yeah. So that was fun. That was a fun movie. So if you, uh, what is Bogger? Oh, I forgot about that movie. Yeah, it's. I think the first one was way better than the second one. I really wasn't a huge fan of the second one, but the first one was awesome. And yeah, it's. But I'm in love with a nerd. Big deal. Nerds are awesome. Nerds are everywhere. And, soon we'll be taking over the world. We really do need to take over the world. I think the witches need to unite because, honestly, oh yeah, Booger. The main, yeah, Booger. That's funny. And he was the one. He drank he won the drinking challenge or something, I think, or that was the burp. That's what it was. He burped like this really long. It was funny. Um, I'll tell you what, that movie and The Jerk. If you haven't seen The Jerk with Steve Martin, oh my God, it's a laugh riot. He was born a poor black child. Steve Martin, he's got white hair. He's this white guy. Oh my gosh, that's a funny movie. Yeah. So anyway, Witches Unite today, yesterday, and I really, really think that we have Booger and Lewis. Um, oh yes, uh, that's awesome, Jennifer. I usually will just set out like a case of water and in the moonlight, and then we'll just drink those. Of course, I drink pretty much exclusively bottled water anymore. Because I don't know these campgrounds. I'm kind of, Um, but yes, that's good. Make moon water, and then also set your crystals out. I have some setting out here, and let's see, what else can you do? You can do spells. You can do cleansing spells. You can do a cleansing ritual if you think if you feel like you need to be cleansed. Um, you can do a smudge too, with some sage and stuff. So, um, ionized water this time. So, oh yeah, that'll be good. That'll be really good. Um, and water is such an important uh, thing in our ecosystem, and it's a closed system. Oh yeah, and oh, I bet it smells so good, like your clothes and stuff. Um, my ankles are getting bit by mosquitoes, so I'm like got my flogger going down. If you can hear something, it's like it's my flogger. Um, but yes, water is a closed system. It doesn't. It's not added to. It's not taken away from. It evaporates. It goes into the clouds. It then comes down as rainfall. It is collected in oceans and puddles and all that. It evaporates, and it all starts over again. So it's not ever really lost or gained. Um, Much like energy, energy's never um, lost or gained. It's just transferred. So it changes its form. It can be ice, it can be vapor, it can be liquid water. So anyway, this Fukushima water that they're letting out is radioactively charged. It is wastewater from cooling the radioactive material. And I somehow think it can't be good in our ecosystem. And because of the fact that water is just recycled, basically, that's going to be in there and it's going to permeate every single body of water that's on the planet, including groundwater. And it's going to be awful, Jennifer. It's going to be awful. So conserve water as much as possible. Collect rainwater if you can, but I mean, it's all going to be contaminated. It is all going to be contaminated, people. I really, really feel strongly that in 30 years, we're going to regret that. I mean, it's not like we did it, but the human race will regret that decision. I'm sure of it. It's going to affect the fish, it's going to affect everything. So then it's going to trickle down. So then it's going to be the fishermen. They're not going to be able to fish because nobody can eat the fish. And oh, hey, Ola, how's it going? And yeah, it's just gonna be terrible. And I just yeah, the planet is in big trouble. Planet's in big trouble right now. But let me rephrase that. The planet is not in big trouble. It's us, human beings. We're gonna get kicked off this planet like fleas off of a back of a big cosmic dog, and the Earth is gonna regenerate itself. In 1,000 years, it'll be like we never existed, and it'll be our own fault for having let it happen. For having just demanded too much of the earth and not given anything back. And yeah, humans are ridiculous. And yes, Joe, it is poison. It's poison, and it's going to poison us all in our water. And and so then once that has occurred, it's just not going to be. It's going to be just kind of a race to the end. And so if there was anything that anyone wanted to do, I'm not trying to be depressing, but we really do kind of need to, wake up and smell the coffee and realize that life is fleeting, and we need to enjoy it while we can. So go out and find some kinky friend that wants to try some of these outrageous things and just do it. Just try it. You might hate it, but then, you might like it. The whole toe sucking thing, I thought I'd hate, but I didn't. It was incredible. And it's like, wonder what else I was passing up that I thought I wouldn't like. I did that to myself. I would say, oh, well, I can't do that. The thing that comes to mind is rowing upstream, rowing upstream with my kayak. I thought everybody gets hauled upriver, they go downriver and then they pick them up and they bring them back up. So I thought, well, I probably can't paddle against that. It was so easy, it was stupid, really. I mean, it was not that hard. And here I had, told myself, well, I can't do it. Well, I don't do that anymore. And I try stuff, and even if I hate it or if I never want to do it again, at least I tried it and I satisfied my curiosity. And, it is what it is. Maybe I'll love it. You just don't know. Don't know till you try it. Not sure about the toes. It's concerned about a lot of things. Lost my aunt out of all my mom's side and my uncle's side. I'm sorry to hear that, Ola. That you've losing some family members. Yeah, that's a good idea, Joe. Keep an open mind because you just never know what thing might actually be, something that you'll want to hang on to. There's lots of things that, you can hang on to. Oh, golly. I do miss my swings. I take chances to swing now and then, if I can, and playgrounds and stuff like that. And I do have the, come on, baby kitty, come on. I do have my the hammock swing, which is nice, and you can kind of almost nap in that thing. It's great, and I bought one of those excuse me, stationary things that you can hang, you know, and then you just set it up in the yard and you can hang your swing from it. Take it wherever I go. So it's pretty awesome. Well, folks, the clock on the wall says it's that time again, and I need to go get a drink. So I thank you guys again for coming to visit me and listening to my crazy stuff. Excuse me. And join me again next Monday, as long as I'm still breathing. And we'll do some maybe some live tarot. We'll talk about witchy topics. We talked about protection the last time, so maybe we'll talk about a little bit more about cleansing and things. Why you would do it and what you could use and when is a good time to do it. So, and that is good, Joe. Always stay open minded. And so I just want to thank everybody for coming to visit and hanging out with me and spending your time, because that's a resource that you can't get back. So I really appreciate that you spend it on me. So you guys have a great night. Enjoy the full moon. Go out and check it out and bathe in it. Take your clothes off and get naked. And bathe in the moonlight. It's awesome. Makes you feel really invigorated. So, anyway, be invigorated, make your moon water, love each other, and have an awesome night. Blessed be you guys.